Well, welcome, and thank you for joining us for this information session about the Master in Public Policy degree at the Carsey School of Public Policy at the University of New Hampshire. My name is Sally Ward, and I'm the director of the MPP program, which is the newest academic program of the Carsey School, which is also the newest school at the University of New Hampshire. The director of the Carsey School is Michael Ettlinger, and Michael came to UNH 2 years ago from the world of public policy. He has over 20 years of experience working in policy organizations in Washington, D.C., and he's worked with and hired many with MPP degrees. He brought to the Carsey School great insight about the training MPP students need to be effective in the world of public policy, and we've designed our program with the benefit of his experience. Our first cohort of MPP students arrived in 2016, and we had 16 students in that cohort. We're expecting an average of 16 to 20 students in each of our cohorts going forward. And that first cohort included students from both New Hampshire and from elsewhere, and it also included international students. Some of our students studied at UNH as undergraduates, and we expect that to continue, and some of our students will come from universities elsewhere. And we also expect that our students will have a diverse background, as our first cohort did, with undergraduate majors ranging from political science to business to environmental conservation and philosophy. And what our students have in common is a desire to make a difference through the development of new skills and knowledge. Some of our students come to the program straight from their undergraduate studies, but others have had experience in the world of work. We've had teachers, public servants, veterans, political campaign workers, and practitioners of community development. So why UNH? A couple of reasons make our program, we think, distinctive and in some cases unique. First of all, we have top-notch faculty, and we draw faculty from throughout the University of New Hampshire, and our core required courses are taught by faculty from the Departments of Education, Geography, Economics, and Political Science, to name just a few. We also have our director, Michael Ettlinger, who came to us with vast experience in the world of public policy. He's teaching in the program. And we also are drawing on experienced professionals in the world of public policy who are teaching in our program and will be teaching in our program every year. The faculty are teaching both traditional academic courses as well as practical and applied courses that prepare students for policy careers. We have an emphasis both on strategy and communication and analytical skills. Most MPP programs do emphasize analytical skills, and we've added the communication and strategy to our program, which makes our program somewhat unique. An example of the practical experience that's provided by the program, in addition to the coursework taught by professionals, is every January, our cohort of students travels to Washington, D.C. during our January term, and they work there with institutions and individuals working in institutions from a range of national organizations. Our students, in order to have an impact, a student earning an MPP needs the skills to make change happen. Well, what are those? Our program does this by giving students both strategy and communication skills, as I've mentioned, and the ability to analyze policy. We believe in the importance of evidence-based public policy, and we've designed the program to teach the skills of evaluating evidence from rigorous research. We also believe that MPP professionals must communicate effectively. We believe our program is unique in the emphasis on communication skills across the curriculum, the ability to write for and speak to policymakers and the public. And we believe with this combination of skills, our MPP graduates will have the ability to make change happen. Now let's talk a little bit about the details of the program. It is a 40-credit program with 6 core required courses, 5 depending on how you count the courses. In addition, students select one of the tracks for study, either the strategy communications track or the analysis track, and they take 2 additional courses in that track. The rest of the in-class coursework comes from electives, which students select from departments throughout the UNH curriculum. And there are 3 to 4 of those elective courses which round out the program. And those electives add depth to a track, or they add a substantive expertise for students. A little bit more about the 2 tracks. The strategy and communication track is for students who want policy careers as leaders, spokespeople, or strategists. And the policy analysis, so those people are out front in making presentations about policy. The policy analysis track is for students who want policy careers as policy researchers, data analysts, and or researchers specializing in evaluation. And those people are more behind the scenes in the policy-making world. The career-focused aspects of the curriculum include the Washington January term colloquium, which I've already mentioned. And in addition, there's the requirement for an internship for students in a wide range of possible institutional settings. And there's a culminating capstone experience in which the students carry out a project, either an applied project or a research-based project. And there are advisors with real-world experience who provide support and advice to students, both in terms of their internships and their capstone experiences. As I mentioned, the electives come from throughout the UNH curriculum, and to date, we've identified dozens of potential elective courses in fields such as sociology, education, history, natural resources, public health, and justice studies, just to name a few. And the essence of the program, as I've said, includes traditional classroom experiences as well as the career-focused work. The students have the ability in the program to shape their own curricula beyond the required courses through the selection of electives and internships. So in semester 1, for instance, there are 3 required courses and 1 elective. Semester 2, there are 2 required courses and 2 electives. So as students advance in the program, they have more flexibility in terms of how they tailor the program to their particular interests. And their unique paths to complete the program with fulfilling the remaining degree requirements. And there's quite a bit of detail on our website about what those multiple pathways look like. So please do consult the website for even more information about those paths, and you'll get a real sense of the flexibility in the program. The core required courses, as I've mentioned, are face-to-face on the Durham campus, but other elements of the program include online courses and the Concord and Manchester courses. So flexibility is provided to meet student needs and interests. There's also the option to add substantive depth to the educational experience by earning an additional credential beyond the MPP, a graduate certificate. And currently there are certificate opportunities in data analytics, educational assessment, sustainability politics and policy, and public health. And others are in development, including a certificate in marine policy. So those are ongoing developmental aspects of the opportunities at the university to add to the MPP degree. So time and flexibility are important issues that all students are interested in learning about. Our program was originally designed to be a full-time program, and we consider full-time work to be 4 courses per semester. But it's also possible to complete the program on a part-time basis. For now, though, you should be aware that the core courses are offered on campus and during the day. So that's something students need to negotiate if they are working as well as studying for the MPP. We are exploring other options, and we'll post those on our website as they develop. One of the very attractive options for current UNH undergraduates is what's referred to as the accelerated option. Students who are admitted to the program while they're still undergraduates can take up to 3 courses that apply to both their undergraduate and MPP degrees, thus jump-starting their MPP program curriculum. So it saves in terms of time to degree completion for the MPP, and it also saves financially because those 3 courses count for both the undergraduate and the graduate degrees. The MPP degree can be completed in 1 year for those who are in the accelerated program. Full-time students that are not in the accelerated program who enter the MPP program straight as graduate students can complete the degree in 16 to 18 months. I also want to mention that there is a dual degree option with the UNH School of Law. So one can get a JD and an MPP through this dual degree option. and we have plans to develop additional dual degrees as we move forward. A little bit more detail about the core courses so you'll get an idea of the kinds of things you'd be studying in the MPP. There are the first 5 listed there are the core required courses. Typically students take 3 of those in the first semester and 2 in the second semester. The names of the required courses are listed there, and they include Strategy and Practice of Public Policy, Fundamentals of Policy Analysis, Quantitative Methods for Policy Research, which is our basic statistics course, Economics for Public Policy, and Policy Across Borders, which adds an international comparative component to the curriculum. The Washington, D.C. Colloquium I've also mentioned, which provides real up-close and personal contact in Washington, D.C. during the January term, and then our 2 tracks for the program, which I've mentioned before. So for much more detail about our curriculum, you can consult the MPP website. So careers and job placement, something that potential students are always interested in learning about. This is a professional degree, which is designed to help students move directly into a professional career in the field of public policy. And we're building a track record of placement for our students, and we expect that students will, as most MPP students do, go into one of several different areas of work. There's governmental work, and that includes local, state level, national and international governmental agencies, non-governmental organizations, which includes local, nonprofit institutions, state level organizations, as well as national organizations that are non-governmental, that rely on and intimately interact with public policy professionals. There's also consulting, which is consulting and research that informs public policy makers. And there's work in the media. And that is particularly an aspect of the program that our strategy and communication students could move into. But the important point is that this is a professional degree which is training students to move directly into one of these fields. I want to emphasize that the numbers on this slide are estimates. They do change depending on the particular way in which students fulfill the programs. For instance, there's a little bit of a different tuition amount for full-time versus part-time students. This is also figures that are based on a 2016 to 17 tuition rate, and our board of trustees sets the tuition rate each year. This gives you a rough idea of what the program would cost in terms of tuition. And this is, the costs here are cost to degree, not per semester, not per year, but it's to degree. There is financial assistance available in the program. We are providing money to students for scholarships which help with defray the cost of tuition. And those scholarships are both merit-based and need-based. And the procedures for applying for those are detailed in our admissions page on the MPP websites. We also have fellowships which provide, the scholarships provide tuition help and the fellowships provide stipends for student. And those fellowships are provided by other aspects of what the Carsey School does. So I've been talking to you about the MPP, which is an academic program. The Carsey School also has an active, vigorous research program, and we also have an outreach program. And the programs within each of those components do provide fellowships that are competitive for MPP students. And again, the details of application for those are on the website. So in summary, we think our program represents the best of both worlds. It includes rigorous coursework to build skills, taught by faculty who combine accomplished academics with experienced policy professionals. And it also provides applied practical experiences in the policy domains through our J-term, our January term colloquium, through the internships that students take, and through the capstone in which they apply skills to real-world policy problems.